Welcome to Jasiri, everyone, and it's a Hot Topics special Friday. We've got a special treat for you today as we wrap up the week with our fantastic celebrity co-host, Annie Icha. Now, she's been gracing our table all week, bringing her charm and wit to the show. I'm going to take Catherine's line too anyway. So definitely, it's been an absolute pleasure, Annie, to have you with us. So I really want to know, how has your experience been on Jasiri?
I've had the best
Don't worry, Catherine is coming.
I have had the best time. I'm not even kidding. You guys are amazing. I'm going to cry today. Yes, it has been great.
Don't cry. We're taking you out. We're blowing.
And then we're going to like paint the town
red.
Yeah, that's why I'm dressed like this.
She did not tell you. I gave her brownies.
Like a whole box.
So Tolu baked for you.
I baked
specifically for me.
You baked.
Yeah,
she baked for me. We that have to beg.
I baked. Wow. I told her that gold and silver I have none, but brownies I can give you some.
I
all this brownies. But honestly, I cannot lie. Annie, you brought such a vibrant energy to the show. And we're going to absolutely miss having you around. But
I'm going to miss you guys.
But
wait, no, you have not told us what you've enjoyed the most. Your favorite guest, your favorite conversation.
Oh, wow.
What was it?
It's just been, everything has been amazing. You guys have been so fantastic, so warm, loving, intelligent. The energy here is, it's insane. It's insane. Oh. And I've just had the best time. I mean, we spoke to Palumi yesterday. Today we have like this person I am such a huge fan of. I mean, I can't say one thing that's been good. It's
here she comes.
All been amazing.
She shall have to make an appearance.
Yes. Come on.
What are you eating?
With the brownies in hand.
What are you?
Where's my own share?
The producer named Buki Oloyede is in custody.
She actually grabbed them.
She actually took them into custody.
She literally made away with the second box.
Yeah. Can we continue the show now?
Not yet.
A moment.
She's ready.
A moment.
She's marinating. Oh my God. As Palumi said, you're marinating.
Where next question? Where about this came from?
Plug it.
Well,
I mean, I work at some body to it's a milk in them for that's about them. About that, Aaron. Man,
when you get a mixture of calabash.
The my own stock people. No, I'm for one or two things. The team most stock and do one thing. This brown in some time, I got to Reina's kitchen. To know the problem of this something.
From English to the language,
you know it was seriously. Is that what made you late?
Oh, Tolu, Abasi.
Whatever you said, I take it.
Abbas is God. Just know that she shouted something.
Tolu, bless her down among women. I need to meet your mom and your daddy. You know when people are in the kitchen learning how to do things. Tolu was there. She was taking notes. Because these brownies,
Tolu would make gravy. I would look at her. You know that
the process.
For everybody to be able to make nice gravy is not in the purview of everyone. Because sometimes you don't know how to make African gravy.
Yeah.
You know, but you know gravy, you put your finger in and
wait. To gravy, yeah.
Then you just look for bread. You look for a bread
and sit on the floor.
Scoop this.
Oh my God. And sit on the floor.
And
put on your fan.
Wait after. I was not created to have flat stomach. Me and flat stomach have nothing in common.
But Tolu, the brownies.
Well, I want to come back to Annie with something. You know, she came and she joined us as our celebrity Hot Topic special guest last week Friday, right? Yeah. And it was just like
seamless.
It was so seamless. And you know, we've had these conversations about how difficult it is to make friends in our old age. Annie, you're like a sister on the table now.
Facts. All of you are family.
Sister on the table.
Can't get rid of me. I'm not going anywhere.
We ain't get rid of you. Who said we were? We ain't get any day I don't come work. I called you. I said go sit on the chair. Your girl is out.
Oh no, we've absolutely enjoyed it. But we want to see what the week that was.
Yes. Monday was my first day, and let's see what the week had in store.
Yes.
Monday.
Let's look at it.
Don't look at me. As a celebrity co-host, a lot is going on here, guys. Just stay with us. We'll make it through.
Let's take a look at everything that happened this week.
Away for this week, but fear not, we've got a fabulous celebrity co-host ready to take a seat at the Jasiri table.
And that is right, rightly said, Toluwa. Joining us today for the rest of the week is the incredibly talented writer and actor, Annie Icha. Annie, to have you again on Jasiri.
I'm so glad to be here. We locked her down. We locked her leave. Guys, we locked her down. We really did. So tune in Monday to Friday by 10 a.m.
Oh, Captain, why did you have to say guys? What was that guys for?
Is it not too early?
So, Lolo, because I had such a fantastic weekend, I'm not going to take you and tell you.
Oh, that's why you're wearing pure white.
Oh my God.
I'm looking for
pure white.
Absolutely. You know what you're seeing? Pure white, pure black. Oh, no. That was your first foray.
That was my first. It was I was thrown in the deep end. Yeah. Like a baptism of fire, absolute fire.
And then you wanted to take shots at Lola. Wow.
Lola has been.
No, it's a chair thing.
It's a chair.
Yeah, it's a chair thing.
Blessing spirit.
Blessing spirit. I was like, hey, I'm anywhere in your mouth.
She's like, she's not leaving. She's here with you guys.
She's here. But you know, for me, it was actually Tuesday because we touched on a very important topic, which is the journey and the life of a single parent, which is definitely not easy. I'm a mom, my husband is very involved and in Brown, but even then, I still struggle to parent my child, who is myself reincarnated. Oh God. But we had a special guest on the show, DJ Gosperella, and he shared his story. Let's take a look.
Kids ended up with me. There had to be a separation. Yes, because I didn't want them to grow up with that kind of mentality. So, but after I discovered that they've gotten to the stage where they now understand good from bad, yes, I allowed them, talk to your mom. She's your mom. I will always say that. That's your mom. There was a point that the boy was misbehaving. That's our mom. That's your mom. Oh. Nobody will mess with my own mother. Do you get? That's your mom. So if you are messing with your mom, it's your problem. She doesn't concern me. Yes, she's your mom. We don't marry, no concern me. It's your mom. Yes. So you break that. Yes, but I do not. You know, a lot of stuff. Social media has caused a whole lot of stuff these days. People are married on social media. You know, their lives is on social media, and of course people are feeding on whatever it is that, and then people who are not married themselves are now giving you ideas of how you should run your house.
Yeah. What was that?
Look like your head. Why were you scowling?
What did I introduce to the production?
Your laughter is suspicious.
You bet.
And they put it back up again. You know, I love it. You know, I was tired.
That's what it was.
I will say this. Every single parent's journey is different. There are a lot of things I agreed with him on, but there are also a lot of things I did not
absolutely
agree with him about.
Especially the parentification
The parentification as well.
Yeah.
And it just reminds me of a story. Our head of digital here at New Central is Cameroonian, and her mom is a widow. And so she's enjoying her life, because towards the end of her husband's life, she was taking care of him. And she's enjoying her life now, but now another widower has come to approach here. And she's like, you know what? No, if we want to do something, you stay in your house, I stay in my house. She said she doesn't want to spend the rest of her life taking care of him. This is her time. His children have told him, go and look for someone to take care of you. Do we tell widows to go and look for someone to take care of them? No, we tell widowers, we tell single fathers to go and look for someone to help them raise their children. And do we tell that to women?
No. They don't, and I ain't going to do it for nobody. But on Wednesday, we had another fun time because we gave you catch-up, you know, from Monday. You know, I love catch-up days. I love it. It was fun.
Of course
Let's see what Wednesday was like.
Where do we draw the line?
There's no line to draw. They don't
no
draw.
one is entitled to anyone's goodness. I hope you know that.
Yes.
If I'm going to be good to you, it should be my decision. It at my behest. I don't owe you anything, and you don't owe me anything. But there's a way that people think if you're in the public eye, you have a duty to help people. No, it's not true. No. Look, you're doing a job. We're just like doctors, we're like lawyers. It's just a job. These are regular human beings.
You don't
just happen to be doing a job in the salary.
That's all. If I tell some people how much you earn on some sets, do you know that there are hierarchies to actors? If you are not a grade A actor, I know actors that collect jollof. Me, Lolo, when I was on some sets, I collected jollof fries as my payment.
Wow.
And when you see it outside, you see, oh, the glamour. All these new upcomers will see some sets and they'll be like, I'm a producer myself. I've done 3 films. This film that Jumoke featured, I know I was the costumier. I was because I didn't have a lot of money.
Yeah, so you had
and I wanted to make a film.
Guys, so welcome officially to Jasiri. This is where we have those bold and fearless conversations. And Wednesday's conversation was on fire. That's not only Wednesday. Let's take a look at
why are we moving so fast? Are your notifications okay?
I take things
blowing
with a
up,
pinch of salt. I don't read, half of the time when you see people respond on social media, it just helps me to know where everybody's mind is at.
Yeah.
So even if I engage every single person, you can't cure people's stupidity.
No,
Whether they like it or not, they will still be who they are, except they get some kind of illumination. And if I'm not the one to give it to them, I will just stay in my pretty corner.
I saw one of the comments because we put this has been a trending thing. It's over many blogs, and some agree with us, some disagree with us at all. But there was one comment that stood out. One young lady, I think is a lady. These days, you're not even sure who it is because the names can be different, pictures can be different. But the person made a comment and said it's celebrities' fault because they present this life like they have it all, they have it all together. Does anybody on social media present a life that they don't? Social media is everybody. It's their best reel.
Exactly.
It's a curated
You put your
life.
highlights, your best moments. No one's going to come on social media and say, oh, I don't have food to eat today.
Exactly.
Except the scammers, and we know them.
Exactly. Because look, when you even come with sad or sob stories, they say you're looking for attention,
clout.
you're looking for clout. So nobody should take social media seriously, guys. It's 2024. Don't you know this by now?
But we will continue to emphasize nobody owes you anything except your family.
And
And even that comes with certain conditions.
It's true.
Conditions. It could be more bougie than that. Conditions. Leave me alone.
Let's keep doing that.
Let's keep it moving. Now on Thursday, that's just yesterday, we had Pelumi Nubi. She highlighted why she embarked on her history-making solo trip, which ended up taking over 2 months from London to Lagos. Such an incredible discussion that we had yesterday. There's one question that I forgot to ask her, but let's take a look. We'll come back and I'll ask the question. Ask you guys what you think.
Connect to places where I consider home. So I was born in Lagos, Nigeria. I grew up in London, and each time I visited, it was just these 6 hours flights, and you leave. Usually it's December time. You leave the cold, and then you're in the heat. And I was just very curious about what about the other countries that connected these 2 places, which is West Africa. I've been able to visit East Africa and South Africa, but I've not really explored West Africa so much. So I was like, okay. Last year, then 2 years ago, I did a solo drive across Namibia. 4,000 kilometers, like literally me by myself, camping under the stars, and I just fell in love with, road trips and driving. And I was like, okay, I've been wanting to connect these 2 places, how best to explore. I know Mr. Kinley did it by bike, and I was very, very curious about, any woman done this before? And no, there was no one. No black solo female woman has done such a trip. And I was like, okay, we need to not have those, we can't have in the first and the only anymore, like it's 2024. So I just wanted to do something daring, step out of my comfort zone, seek adventure, and obviously inspire the next generation to just do the same. So I decided to go on this epic road trip, and it has been absolutely brilliant.
You are still gushing.
She is.
You are actually still gushing now.
She was inspiration now.
Absolutely.
I'm just very happy that I'm living in these kinds of times because there are amazing women.
Yes. Yeah.
There's so many negatives everywhere, narratives that we're beginning to forget that there are positive stories and narratives too. Yeah. And she brought that on the show, and I was very happy.
Absolutely.
Anyway,
before then,
had a
I was going
question.
to ask, what did you guys think? I wanted to ask her, how much do you think she spent in her entire trip, like planning the trip, apart from, I wanted to ask her, but I think, on Jasiri, time flies so fast.
It does.
Like I was thinking, I said, I'll ask my girls.
Naira value or pound?
A lot. Because she said that this trip took over a year to plan. So that would be
less than a couple
exactly
Fuel,
calculating
food,
fuel,
accommodation,
accommodation,
even
incidentals
the
as well.
research as well. Yeah.
And we talked about the fact that there might be a price on the website, and then you get to the
you find it's
thing,
completely
something else.
different. Yeah.
But I always love what she said. We used it in a video.
We need to take a little break. Ladies, calm yourselves down. And when we return, we'll continue. Just calm down.
Now,
Are we going to be blushing like this all day?
Yeah, this is good.
Lala, speak for yourself. I don't know what you're
be a
talking about,
problem.
guys, as you can see, or you cannot yet see. But let me go ahead and introduce our guest, in case you don't know. One or two things about him. Do you know what they call, do you know who they call the finished man? He's an ace content creator, and he's known as the finished man. I know some of you are curious as to what finished. After all, on the cross of Calvary, the Lord said it is finished. So let's know. Guys, join us as we welcome host and actor Joseph J. on Air Onaolapo. That's our guest.
I'm blessed among women.
Especially this one here.
actually, you did not see the one sitting beside you.
You know, I walked in here at the reception, and I was having diarrhea. When I saw my stomach ground, I was going to stay there for long.
Okay, guys, before we get carried away, we're going to get into a lot of topics. But we first met you when you started doing the CEO series on Instagram. That's when most of us fell in love with you. And then, of course, the finished man that has women just we're gushing. Like, everybody wants you to be their boyfriend.
I know.
Yes. So tell us, what were you doing before that?
I was doing radio. I've been on radio, I've been on TV, and that has been my passion, you know. But you know how life is, you never really know how things can be. And so, you know, life took a very sad turn. You know, I lost jobs, you know, things were not working out as I wanted them to work out. And I found, you know, social media. And from then on, I just, you know, started creating content on social media. And people, you know, people that knew me before were like, that's interesting, because I just saw myself as a serious broadcaster. I want to read the news. I want to, you know, welcome to, you know, Jasiri and all of that. But you really not employ me. You know, but we thank God that, you know, I was able to do that, and that opened doors for me. So yeah, I'm just grateful for the experience.
Oh, so exciting. I get to ask him a question. I honestly, okay.
Lala, calm down.
Yeah, I'm calm. I have a
just
headache because I'm like,
yourself.
it's such a long time I've had a starstruck moment. Yeah. The last guy was like whiskey. I can barely look at him. You know, there are a lot of content creators who mimic women.
Yeah.
And we find it distasteful sometimes.
Let's be honest.
But how do you respond to those who criticize what you're doing? Because no matter how you please everyone, there will always be people that do not like what you do. So, but you also keep your content so respectful, so real, and women just warm up to you like butter and bread.
Like you.
Yeah.
Hey. Hot agege bread.
That's it.
Spread with some butter.
Yeah. How do you do that?
Okay, so first of all, let me say that I'm such a big fan of everybody on this table.
Right.
I listen to Catherine on radio. You're one of the reasons I wanted to be on radio. So Lola, of course, you know. I'm such a huge. She doesn't believe me, but I watch your movies, and of course, Tolu. So nice to meet you. We've been talking for weeks, and she's an amazing person. And you know, for me, I think about my life, and I'm surrounded by amazing women. If you know me, you know I love my mom. I'm obsessed with my mom. That's like my number one person. And I would not want to put out any kind of content that would not put women on the pedestal that they need to be. I understand the struggle of women. I'm not a woman, but I understand the struggle of women in society. I understand the patriarchy. And one thing I said to myself was, you know, I started, I want to put out content that women would appreciate and love. So it's very important to me that I don't joke with, you know, rape or joke with things that should not be joked about. You know, so I call myself an observational comedian. So I'm observing and recreating. So people could say, oh, that's my mom, that's my sister, that's me, you know, and that's the plan, just to put smiles on the faces of people, you know, and just let women know that, you know, whether you are the mom that speaks Yoruba or you are the CEO or you are the secondary school girl, I see you, I appreciate you, and you're loved, and you are part of what makes the society what it is.
We love it. I wasn't talking about just you.
I know. He's such a smooth talker. And you have such believability.
Thank you so much.
To believe everything you're saying.
Thank you so
So
much.
welcome to Hot Topics.
Thank you, I'm excited.
Are you ready for our first topic?
I'm ready, let's do it.
Why were you facing him that way? I thought before you were not looking at him. So you were just like looking to the side. Now that he had said something,
Meanwhile,
you now
you're the
have
one
to
sitting
focus.
closest to him.
Time out.
Do you want to?
Okay.
Time out.
Okay, guys.
Hot
ladies.
topics, Catherine.
Let's get into our first hot topic, which is the online trolling that actress Sharon Oja has been facing since she posted about her bay and wedding. I mean, I saw her post about it. People are just being so mean to her just because she chooses to keep her husband out of the public eye. It's ridiculous to me. No one should endure that kind of harassment. Now, look at this, for example. She says, a few months ago, I said yes to my Odogo silencer, as I call him, as he came and silenced the noise, my Igbo king. Civil ceremony done and dusted, ink dried. Yes, I'm fully a missus as I type this. He brought the calm. I'll say yes 1,000 times to your kindness and good heart. Yes, 1,000 times to the discipline and structure you bring. Yes, 1,000 times to your absolute love and protection. You are my best friend, bro, our inside joke. Dear husband, this is fully the hand of God. I prayed for this. God gave me fully. Thank you, Jesus, for this gift of love. The testimony is complete. You did it. Jesus, take your glory. Counting down to church blessing and traditional wedding. Proudly a Mrs. This is without punctuation, Sha.
So let's take what somebody said, because if you saw the video that she released about on the beach and his face was
a teaser.
It was teaser. But Nigerians are not having it. Somebody said, look, Abi, you still another woman's husband, like blacked out. This one, you're going great lengths to hide the man. Another, she now said that your heart is very evident in the things you typed. It's dark. And I pray for healing for you, seriously, because of all the things to type, just so you can have what to gossip about with your fellow dark-hearted friends. You want to see his face. No, he's not someone's husband. Do you realize I'm legally married? And do you think that would have been possible if he was? This is how I choose to protect my home while still sharing it. If it hurts you this much, kindly block me so your curiosity won't make you do something drastic to ease the darkness in your mind. Finally, may God heal you. May his light reflect in your heart. So next time you want to type an opinion, you'll think twice and type one that would reflect his love in your heart. If not, it's not like before that, I'll ignore now. This is my husband. I will be defensive on any stupidity that is displayed.
I beg rest.
Absolutely.
Take pillow.
Listen, look, from Sharon Oja's reaction and frustration with the trolls, you can tell she has had enough. Look, cyberbullying is becoming way too common these days, and people just need to stop. We're talking, people just say whatever they want to say, and there are consequences. We need to know that. And I was saying on, I think it was Monday or Friday, we should drag the trolls, drag them through the streets of Lagos.
You said that.
Drag them. When they don't have any skin, then they won't be able to talk. They'll be too busy treating the injuries.
Oh,
yes.
girl.
No. So that's
Yeah, because you recreated it, so you have to.
I did
your own
recreate
to
it. No, I definitely understand what you're saying. So I did recreate it, and then I got an invite to the wedding, by the way. She said, you have to be at the wedding. So shout out to Sharon. But here's what I'm going to say. I personally, when I started creating content and, got some popularity, I said I was not going to respond to trolls. So personally, I don't respond. It just doesn't work for me. I don't even block you. I just pass. But I also realized that I started creating content older than a lot of people. Older, so there are things I have seen, there are things I've been through, so I'm able to handle certain things. And I know that our bandwidth, everybody is different. So there are certain people that see things and just need to say something about it, and that's okay. It's sad that people want her to show the husband's face. It's her choice. It could be for many reasons. It could be that, the husband has a particular kind of job that requires you not to put your face out there. It's very important. You don't know why. So until you put yourself in people's shoes, I don't think that you should just go online and say whatever you want to say. So shout out to Sharon and no shout out to the trolls.
And I think one thing, because Lolo mentioned the difference between private and secret. We talked about that. If you're in a secret relationship, that's a problem. There have to be people who know something and they keep you. And I think we need to talk about like Zena Balogun when she was dating. I've seen some Nollywood people who have a group of friends who their secrets only and absolute respect to them. Private means everybody knows that there's a husband, there's a girlfriend, but they may not know anything else. But we still see secrets. So Jay, is there a secret relationship, a private relationship? What's going on?
How did Lola describe it?
You see how I snuck in there?
It's a hidden relationship.
We have to go there so quick.
And the secret have been hidden.
We have to break the hearts of everyone in Lagos so quick.
They put you on the
With
spot.
every video, I put out a picture of myself and Mommy Dad, and people are like, what's happening? I'm like, did you even see that? She said, please don't put me inside trouble. So I'm actually single. You know, I'm single.
Single?
I'm single. I'm not actively
Single can wait for my daughter single.
I'm not actively searching, you know, I'm just doing the work.
Are you open?
I'm one of the people that feels like, you know, you don't need to actively look for love, that as you do what you need to do, as you work on yourself, it's going to find you. You never know where you're going to meet, who you're going to meet. So I'm just, you know, open to that.
But you're hoping that you can meet someone that you
I'm definitely hoping, you know, to connect with somebody that is amazing.
If someone asks you
a checklist, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
What are you looking
What
for?
are you
Let's help the young ladies out there.
Let's help.
Me, obviously, you know, people will say, you know, people will say your hand up, yeah, they say, obviously, you need to be, you know, good looking. But I think the most important thing for me is a kind person. Absolutely. It's just important to me.
Describe kind, because people are confused.
Yeah.
So kind and nice are not the same thing.
So kind, I'll just give an instance. Kind, when we've stepped on each other's toes, how do you react? You know, things you say when you're angry. You know, I used to have issues like that. You know, I used to have anger problems growing up, and I had to take years of work on myself. You understand? So it's important to me that, you know, when we don't see eye to eye on certain matters, that you don't use certain words against me, that you are not abusive, you know, those kind of words. It's very important. How do you react? Because it's not every time you are, oh, I'm in love with you. There are times where you are angry, but you know, I still love you. I don't like what you said, but I'm not going to be mean. I'm not going to say certain things about you. I'm not going to insult your family or your parents. When you go through that part, then I know that, yeah, you're not for me.
No, stop it.
Babies.
You know, rein her in.
I don't like the way you hit me. But it's okay.
Rein her in. Somebody. So, you know this thing he described. I didn't know there was a name for it. I'm the one who gives you the names. There's a name for it. It's called paper cuts. You know how you have a normal paper? That's very, yes. So what it is that paper cuts in relationship, raised voices, bad language, what else is short temper, lack of attention,
the
lack of support, silent treatment. You still love the person, but you now find out that slowly that love is making you pull away, it's making you build a wall. So you
and resentment takes space.
Yeah, your relationship ends by 1,000 paper cuts.
Silent treatment, that's bad.
Look, a lot of people, we don't know in this country that many people are actually abusive. It's not intentional abuse. We grew up in homes where when you didn't do what daddy wanted or mommy wanted, they stopped talking to you. And then you learn to do that to your partner. And then we think it's normal. If they don't do what I want, I cut them off for 5 days, 10 days, 2 weeks. So the silent treatment is abuse. It is.
Don't you think that you've put yourself in a very high pedestal? Because you know women issues a lot. Do you think this is not going to, you have
Overknown us.
Yeah, like the knowing is a lot that you've actually edged yourself out.
I don't think so. So I'm very open to say that I'm not perfect. That I know the things that I know, but I know that I'm not a perfect person. I'm always quick to say that. I heard you guys talking about, you know, you ladies talking about celebrities are not perfect, you know, don't place them here. I'm always quick to come out to say, you know, because we make content, we think that we're wealthy, we're rich, we're everything, we have everything figured out, but that's not true. So I put out great content, but I also try to put out my life as well to make people realize that, you know, I don't have everything figured out. You need to understand that as well. So I don't think so. No.
Okay, because I don't want you to please don't pull a Macron on us.
No.
Because you are aged.
Before he pulls the Macron, we're gonna go on a quick time out. We have a break to take and we have more stories to get through with our special guest for a Hot Topic special, Joseph J on air on Onaolapo. But when we come back, that's when we come back. And then you'll see what Finished Man is all about.
Yes.
Hello babe, what's up? How you doing now? Why is your face like this? What's going on? Headache? What's going on? What happened? You didn't sleep well? Okay, you know what? So I'm supposed to drive home now. I'm heading back from the gym. So I'll just drive to you now. No, it's alright. I'll drive. Have you used anything? Have you eaten this morning? Why aren't you eating now? I'm always talking to you about eating. Alright, I'll stop by to buy breakfast for you and then I'm on my way to you. No, I'm on my way to you. Are you sure you don't want to leave work? Yeah, sure. Alright, I'm coming to you now. I'm coming to you. I know it's a small headache. I'm coming to you. You know that it's small and then it becomes a big thing. I'm coming to you. Just take care of yourself, huh? All right, I'm coming now. You see me in about. Let's see what traffic is saying. I'll check my map now. I'm on my way to you. Just take care. Sorry, my love. Just rest a bit. I'm coming. I'm on my way. I'm on my way to you now. I will be worried. I'm on my way to you. Let me just see you. All right. Love you. Huh? Oh, I don't like the way your face is looking. All right, I'm on my way to you now. All right, now. All right, see you in a bit, babe. All right. Sorry, huh? All right, love you.
He's a finished man. He's a finished man. He loves
They didn't do the gag today. He's a finished man. He's a finished man. Oh my!
Are you like this in real life or this
I
is
get
just?
that question every single day.
No,
I mean,
we're asking honestly on the Jasiri
but
table.
you can feel it.
Yeah.
He feels like
honesty.
so I'm like I said before, I'm quick to say that this is not who I've always been.
Lola, should we ask him when his birthday is?
Yeah, when's your birthday? Not that happened.
If you ask for my birthday, I would expect gifts from everybody here. May 8th, next month.
So historian, I just need to something. Captain, we shall discuss Jay when he's not here. JJ. Anyway, can we move on to the next story?
Looks like we're moving on because I'm so confused. I know.
Yeah. Our next topic is on this EFCC's crackdown on the dollarization in the economy. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission is taking a firm stance against businesses charging in dollars or any foreign currency within Nigeria. They claim it's significant. It's a significant move, considering how dollarization impacts everyday transactions from Nigerians, from schools to supermarkets. Businesses found violating the law would face serious consequences. This is something.
It's a big thing, and I know we've also heard about fashion designers and people that collect money
charging in dollars.
Charging dollars.
Jay, what do you think? First of all, how is the economy treating you?
Finished man.
To be honest, I'm grateful because brands still have to put out content. Brands still have to sell. So I still get work. Events still have to happen, so I still get to host events. I'm grateful to God for that. But this just means that, negotiations are just tougher. Because you also understand that, companies are not making as much as they used to make. But one complaint that I've had, we even still have in my community of content creators, people that charge in dollars. And companies, definitely have issues with that. So I'll only charge in dollars if you are a foreign company. You are situated abroad, you want me to do something for you here in Nigeria, then I charge in dollars. But I don't understand. This is, you are in Nigeria, why are you charging in dollars? There are places where you go to, they charge in dollars. I've been to a store where they charge me in dollars and I had to leave because I don't understand what's happening. Hello, what is happening here? It's a crazy situation, and it just goes to show, I'm glad that the government is talking about it, and I hope that they do the work that they need to do, not just to people that don't have the legs, so to say, in the government. Because we realize that sometimes when these policies go out there are certain people, that are not affected. So I hope that, it gets to everybody.
So what could be the punishment, or what could happen in the worst case scenario where some organizations or are found guilty of violating this law?
It's likely going to be fines and
closure.
Fines and closure. And closure is meant to hurt your business. So if you're closed for 5 days, if you
know what
you're losing, you're going to feel it in your bottom line.
I just think that Nigerians are very excessive. Half of the time, we're extremes of everything. Even to the barest thing, like a wedu in the market, that is sourced from local farmers. It wasn't imported. They'll still tell you that the dollar is affecting it, and they want to increase the money.
Fertilizer.
And I actually think that every time
how it sounds.
It's
the dollar.
I think maybe they just find it.
People. So everybody's saying dollar, then the farmer is also saying dollar.
It's the way they say it in vernacular.
In vernacular.
Say it to Yoruba.
Yes. Auntie, wọ́n ní dọ́là wọ́n ni. Àwọn tó ń gbé wé dúró fún àwọn ní dọ́là wọ́n. A ní màmá, wọ́n ló ti ń gbé wé fún wa fún iṣẹ́ Guatemala ni.
But I think that we should also consider transportation, because sometimes they also, that could also affect, the prices of things in the market as well.
Bottom line is like whenever something happens from the top, it always
Always
down and
trickles down.
affects everyone in some way or the other.
But have you noticed that when anything goes up in Nigeria, it never comes down?
Never comes down.
Never
A
does.
few things have come down. That's ticket prices.
Diesel is coming down as
We'll have
well.
to say thank you for that.
Yeah.
Competition.
Yes, that's why.
Diesel
Not
is coming
because naturally.
Yeah.
But one thing I also want to say on this is the point that Jay made about the EFCC going after. I think they need to also make a point of going after the big people. Yes. And I'll say that because we're watching the issue of manipulation or mutilation of the Naira, the policy against not spraying. We're watching it play out in different ways. I don't know if you guys saw that musician's video last week that was trending where he had cases of money. It got to a point I was looking at it, it was disgusting.
But you know, some people...
It was actually disgusting.
Excessive.
No,
So we
please,
just
if you
need to
spray
make sure...
It's not disgusting.
Be quiet. You're going against the law. No, but it has to, it has to get to the point where if EFCC says they're going after
Then it
people,
has to be
go after everyone.
But some people say that, some people feel like these monies are, counterfeited just for the purpose of showing.
It doesn't matter.
They-
But
it's
don't
the
you
optics.
think this is going to
Destroy what?
a culture,
Which culture?
spraying culture.
What is that?
It's
culture
our
based on?
Nigerian
Put
thing.
it in an envelope and hand it to them.
Actually, what I've
Exactly.
seen
What is
them
it
do
based
at
on?
some
It's
weddings,
so-
which I enjoy, if we like the fanfare, it's okay. I went to a wedding, or I can't remember if I hosted it. When you get to the point, you would exchange the money you have for the money for the wedding. So if you want to spray like $1 million, you just get $1 million of their
Okay,
money.
they did like monopoly money. Okay, yes, I've
so
seen it.
you can put it in
And
the
it's
air
monopoly,
and
it's fake money,
have
but
all the
you've
fun
given
with
them
it.
But
the
it's
money.
still so gauche, you guys. I mean, you just like it's
what?
It's not you like being drenched. What's gold? It's not you like being drenched in money, honey.
And you know,
I like it in my bank account. I like it on my skin,
I
in
like
my
to be
clothes, in my
bathed
hair. I
in
don't
it.
want money
And
that your
there's
hands
nothing
have
wrong with
touched,
that.
like the soup
Fake
that you
money.
ate. You now come and spray a little soup money on my body. No.
I definitely understand those points about it affecting like a part of our culture. If you think about growing up, it just adds to the
fanfare.
fanfare. I want to say fairity, of the entire occasion. But when we think about how the economy, exactly. But I think, but when you think about where the economy is, when you think about the fact that there's a lot of money laundering in the economy, when you think about the fact that sometimes people spray just to let these monies out, you understand?
Cycle it in.
Exactly. So a lot of things are happening on the ground. That is why EFCC is stepping in here. So it's not just because of they want to stop people from spraying. Other things are happening underneath that need to be handled.
This next story, I don't know why it's me that's introducing it. It's a setup. We'll meet outside. But anyway, it is in hand. It seems that President Tinubu's hope for a second term could be standing on shaky legs because the Northern Elders Forum has said that the Northern region, I need to stop laughing, regrets voting President Bola Tinubu in the 2023 general elections. That's the professional in me. Now, the spokesperson of the forum, Abdulaziz Suleiman, said that the mistake of voting President Tinubu has taught the North a lesson, and that going forward, the region will prioritize unity and consensus in selecting a candidate for the highest office of the land. He also said that they will prioritize someone who is seen as more inclusive, less controversial, and more aligned with the interests of all regions of the country. Jay, you're a guest, so we'll give this to you first.
Thank God.
They said you want to set me up to.
What they say in the
So when I saw this story, because reading the papers this morning, when I saw this story, I just said, you know what? I'll believe it when I see it. Absolutely. That's the thing about Nigerians and just Nigeria as a whole. We have very short-term memory. You say you're going to do something, and then time for election comes, and then somebody says something or does something for you, and then you forget, what you said some 2 or 3 years ago. So my opinion is, let's wait to see what eventually happens when elections come, because we've not seen a case where except with the Goodluck situation, a president, is not voted in a second time, especially a president as powerful as the president that we have right now. It's one thing to be a president, it's another thing to be a powerful Exactly. When you think about those hydras, think about Obasanjo when he was president, think about President Tinubu now, So let's wait.
I'm totally with you on that. Because there's so much. Honestly, you know that when things are tough, everybody talks.
Yeah.
After some time, we're going to be hearing closed door meeting here, closed door meeting there.
You know what I am
and
thinking?
everything changes again.
I'm wondering, is it because he's a difficult person seemingly to control? The NAF can't control, because the thing is, if you have someone, a driver in the car, and then you can be the one to manipulate and maneuver the steering, everything becomes sunshine and roses. But if you have somebody whose head they're trying to push into the well and the person is strangling the head,
Absolute power corrupts.
It becomes what Lola is saying, that maybe, when things are not going well, that's when everybody talks, because it's not comfortable for you. If we're comfortable for them, would we hear them talk about this?
But see, what is one of the ways that you can actually, because I mentioned something when you're talking about a hydra, and that's an animal that's got like many, many heads and tentacles all over. And if you go after the heads, you don't kill the animal, it just grows back. The way you kill it is you go straight to the heart, because that's what controls the entire system. I think Nigeria runs sort of like that. You cannot cut off or push off one person or a couple, 10, 15 people. The system itself, I think we have a systemic problem that needs to be addressed from a mindset angle. First of all, we've got the wrong mindset about governance, about policy making, about what it means to be a country and people of a country. So, I mean, talking about the president himself, I don't even think that's just the real issue. Because the other president will come from Nigeria.
Let her finish the English.
The English is English in me.
But the next president will come from Nigeria. They're not aliens. So what do we do as Nigerians? How do we think?
Are you saying we should implode?
No, I don't like it.
I have to bullshit this because I can't be the only one on this table speaking as I am.
I'm going.
I have to elevate myself. I get ready.
But I think what Kathy said is definitely true. If their issues are definitely addressed, we would not hear anything. It's just the way the world is wired. Everybody complains about something. So let's say everybody complains about this job, right? If management picks Lolo and gives her what she wants and says, hush, don't say. Maybe when they also realize that maybe you are the powerful one among the people, and then she keeps. We've seen this happen even with, I don't want to mention. There are some agencies that are supposed to be working for, workers, are supposed to be working for the people, and then they're fighting, and then they're angry, and then they have meetings, and then they say, you know what, it is well, So, like she said, it's definitely a Nigerian problem, it's definitely a mindset problem, and removing just one person, it's not going to do the work.
But seriously, what would we say is the biggest problem the North is facing?
The North.
Yeah. What
Themselves.
would be the biggest?
See,
what would be the biggest problem?
Themselves.
Yeah, because of how the country was sort of put together, and power was given to the Northerners. They didn't fight for power, and I'm a Northerner, so but you see, when you're handed something without working for it, you don't know how to keep it, and that's what's happening. So the North is like, we should always have the power, but what do you do to actually keep
I was going to say that.
So I said themselves, and the reason I said themselves is there's no greater enemy than the enemy that's inside your house.
Absolutely.
Wow. What is it that we say in Yoruba?
Therefore,
that means the insect that is eating the vegetable is inside the vegetable. It's themselves.
Absolutely.
And it's not just that, it's not just the northern region, it's all the regions.
Everywhere.
It's Nigeria. Our biggest issue, our greatest issue is ourselves.
The insecurity situations, is becoming bad.
But why does the insecurity persist?
It's because we are the ones that perpetuate
But
it.
here's the thing, but it's wild. There's a particular place in Kaduna State, I think it's the Kuroga local government area, right? Where we've seen insecurity happen not once, not twice. So my issue here is that, is there no police station there? Because if it happens once, I understand. But 2-3 times in the same place?
So what they will tell you is that they do not trust the government forces. When you look at the north and you look at many of the states, you have so many ungoverned spaces that it takes a long time for government assistance facility. So for years, these people have not felt
People
I know, felt the power of the government.
Okay.
And so what happens is what? Farmers are paying taxes or whatever to insurgents to get to their land. People are paying, they're protected sometimes more by insurgents than they are by the state.
We can continue this conversation, but I want to go on a break because I need to drink water. I'll be back after this break. Jasiri continues in a moment.
Our next hot topic comes from Dreamville Fest, involving a Nigerian artist, Rema. Rema made headlines when he walked off stage during his performance due to sound issues. So apparently, Rema was performing his hit Calm Down when abruptly he stopped singing, and he said that there was bad sound and he wasn't going to have it because he was representing Africa. And so he walked off stage eventually. So people complained it messed up the performance. Some people said it was a good thing that he did. And we just want to know, it's unfortunate that there were technical issues and they couldn't fix them or figure them out, and it overshadowed his set. He made his decision and he said he was going to leave, which I think he was entitled to do. And I would like, he bounced off, he walked off. So I would like to hear from you first, Tolu.
No, go to Jane. That what I want to say is different. Don't worry.
Okay. I say, see, that one's a sweet one. Jane, over to you.
Okay, let's me. I want to see him walk off this stage. Please, guys, let's take this video.
It's too messed up. I'm representing Africa. This is. I'm seriously not feeling this shit at all. You know? It's too messed up. I'm representing Africa. This is too messed up.
That nigga got fired.
So the sound cannot be perfect for every artist that get on this stage, and Africa is in a house and you're messing shit up. Oh yeah, that nigga walk out this stage.
I gotta go.
Yeah, I gotta get this.
He walked off.
And one thing I appreciate Rema for is he's consistent, because he also walked off stage in Atlanta last year, citing dissatisfaction with the venue and also disrespect towards Afrobeats music. Jay, I want to hear from you. Rema is...
Rema as well. He doesn't hold the punches.
Oh my God. I mean, I host events, right? You've worn a nice suit, you look great, you've come to the place, you've posted pictures online, you've told your people to watch. It's going to be a huge event, and then you get there and the mic is bad.
Baby, calm down.
I definitely understand his frustration. I feel like, you know, he could have said it differently. Here's what I'm going to say. Everybody should watch Beyonce. I feel like if you're a creative person, you need to watch Beyonce. I watched this last concert, and then I saw that, you know, there are some places where she had bad sound. And what she did was that she performed out.
Nothing happened.
Yeah, no, she didn't perform again because it was so bad, but she performed out. She didn't have to say anything, and when they fixed it, she got back on stage like nothing had happened. Yeah. But I understand the frustration with African artists, because let's be honest, Dream Real Fest, we've had people like J. Cole there, we've had other big people that have not had sound issues. Yeah. Why does it come to Rema's turn and then the sound is bad? Yeah. You know, that's something we need to think about.
He's standing up.
Hands for equality, égalité, like the Français dit, égalité, you're demanding equality.
He knows what he's doing.
If you feel,
je fais continuer.
If you do it with an international artist, if you do it with one artist, you should do it across board.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing we've been talking about all week, about demanding accountability. Demand, because trolls can't keep just trolling and going scot-free. You have to take your power back.
Yeah.
So this is Rema. I have to applaud him. You know,
and people will treat you the way you
listen,
tell them to treat them.
That's how they used to give us Grammy at the backstage. Our awards.
They did sound check. It's important.
I was about to say that.
I also hope they did sound check. You know, if you're going to be at a concert, you don't do sound check once or twice. You do it consistently.
And now that we know that, honestly, now music is big business.
Yeah.
And you know, to put up a concert, you have to have dotted your I's and crossed your T's. So if we keep doing this and they keep doing it to African artists, it just shows we have no value. And once we take it, imagine was it, baby, calm down. I'm an MC. Have you ever performed? Catherine, have you ever used a defective mic?
Oh my God.
I come off that stage, my voice will crack.
Yes.
I will be screaming.
You'll be shaking the mic.
You're not giving
you are not giving your best.
Yeah.
You're totally destabilized. All of us on these tables are MCs. So, I don't know, but...
And I think, so I also want to say the point about, you know, we've had issues with Nigerian performers in Nigeria. Yeah. You know, and so it's so good to see a Nigerian performer outside of the country demanding that standard. I hope that our own events in home, in country, continue to be better. Start on time.
Start on time. Before we
Keep
go.
good mics.
Yeah.
Don't lip sync and jump around and be telling the audience to sing
going one way and you're going the other way, and it's just like, who is singing? Is it the
DJ will be taking over?
Can we squeeze in this last one?
We can't. We can't. Because I have to ask my question. Jay, please, I need to come back to you. So it's you, your sister, and your mom.
Yes.
Who was giving you your clothes?
So when I started out, my mom, but now Brown's actually, when I started out, my mom, and it was serious fights because my mom and her clothes are like this, you know, like, do you know how much it cost me to wear it? And so now, shout out to my mom because, you know, I make sure that she has nice clothes that I've, you know, that I wore in the past. But, you know, brands now give me clothes, and wigs as well.
But why are your wigs also sometimes struggling, Jay?
No, so here's the thing, not always on purpose. So there's this particular wig, if I'm doing for Madam Shii, it looks good sometimes. Yes. But you know, I need to learn how to maintain my. I mean, this wig is not bad now. Look at this one.
This was even Mo herself had to repost
this. I knew that if I did not have a good wig for this, Mawudi would have called me out. You know, but I need to learn how to maintain my wigs. You know, you need it's a lot of things.
How are you walking in the heels?
The heels. Don't you see how there's like strategy.
Yeah.
I think you cock your toes.
But the first time I walked on heels, right? My first Madam Shio video was outside under the sun. I was sick for 2 days. Because that was the first time. I'm serious. I had my legs, my headache, you know, and
so you give some women go through.
Thank you. I'm not doing that. I was sick. I had to be driven home.
Wow.
It was a situation.
Oh my God. That's fantastic. Jay, we've had an absolutely fantastic time with you this morning. Thank you so much for joining you.
Let them know if they want to follow you, because listen, you should watch his reels, his videos.
I saw him, every saw him, he saw me hugging him so lovely.
You know, I look at his videos, and when I finish, I'm not following, but you know, I just look at her, shake my head, and say,
how does he get it?
What's the problem?
And if I say
the way he does the walks,
I just quickly go to his page because he has to react.
And you're very quick with jumping on something.
That's the news side, the journalistic side of me. You know, knowing that news for news, it has to be current, it has to be quick, you know, put it out there.
All right, so as much as we're saying a fantabulous thank you to Jay on air, it also means we're saying goodbye to Annie for now. We're saying goodbye to Annie for now as our very first celebrity special co-host on Jasiri. Any final words from you to our audience and to us as well, as you bid farewell for now.
For now.
Anything can happen.
Yeah.
Okay, they say don't say goodbye, just say farewell or
just
so
say
long.
We'll see you later.
We will see
if you know, you know.
Again. Each and every one of us. I love all of you ladies so much. I'm so inspired. I've learned so much. I've had a great time. Thank you for the love that I've gotten from everyone. No, you guys, if you cry, I'm gonna cry now. Okay,
you two want to cry? We love you guys on Monday, 10 a.m. West African time, right here on News Central. From all of us here on the table of Jasiri with Annie and Jay. Bye-bye.